This message comes from BetterHelp. Can you think of a time when you didn't feel like you could be yourself, like you were hiding behind a mask? BetterHelp Online Therapy is convenient, flexible, and can help you learn to be your authentic self so you can stop hiding. Because masks should be for Halloween fun, not for your emotions. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com.
On today's Smart 7, Streeting launches NHS consultation, Donald Trump heads to McDonald's and much more. It's Monday 21st of October, it's World Energy Saving Day, and happy birthday, Judge Judy Scheindlin.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
not the news.
Monday sees Health Secretary Wes Streeting launch a new consultation designed to help modernise the NHS over the next 10 years. Proposals under consideration include giving patients smartwatches and wearable devices to help track conditions such as diabetes, cancer and heart disease. He's also considering ways to make the NHS more efficient and to reach the target of 2 million appointments per year, but he wasn't committing to the idea of fines for people who miss appointments just yet.
Once we've got the system working effectively, if we still have this problem of missed appointments, then I might be more open-minded. But what GPs have said to me is, look, the last thing we want is to have the added bureaucracy of administering fines for people who don't show up. Let's actually fix the reasons why people aren't showing up.
Other reforms in the Labour Party's 10-year plan for the NHS include personal health passports, more weekend working to help clear the waiting lists, and introducing more neighbourhood health centres. Saffron Cordery of NHS Providers was cautiously welcoming the moves, but warning that changes in social care and local government will need funding.
We have to recognise that with that we're going to need some significant investment, not only in capital, which is the bricks and mortar, but we also need to recognise that we need to see wider reform across the NHS.
This weekend saw no sign of a ceasefire in Israel's war on Hamas and Hezbollah, with Sunday night seeing new strikes by the IDF on branches of the Hezbollah banking system, Al-Qad al-Hassan. Israel says it's used to fund terrorist operations and is a legitimate target. There were more deaths in Gaza over the weekend as Israel struck a residential area in Beit Laiha in northern Gaza. At least 87 people are dead or missing. Any hope that the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar would lead to a ceasefire seems to be diminishing, but the president of the Palestinian National Institute, Mustafa Barghouti, says Sinwar was never the issue.
The killing of Sinwar will not really help or improve the situation because Sinwar was not the obstacle to achieving a ceasefire. The real obstacle to achieving ceasefire is Netanyahu.
Meanwhile, the US government is set to launch an investigation after highly classified documents that detailed Israeli plans to attack Iran were leaked. The leak on Telegram appears to have come from the Five Eyes intelligence network and will alarm Tehran. Former chief of MI6 John Soares says Iran tries very hard to avoid direct involvement in the conflict.
They've tried to keep out of a wider conflagration. One of the purposes of these militias is to be a sort of forward defence for Iran, so that Iran doesn't have to get directly involved itself.
A Russian missile attack on the Ukrainian city of Kryvyi Rih wounded 17 people on Saturday and prompted a fresh call from Ukrainian President Zelensky for more long-range weapons and air defence systems from Western allies. The response to his presentation of last week's victory plan has been muted from Western leaders, and Russia continues to gain ground in the Donbas. Russian ambassador to the UK, Andrei Kelin, sat down for a rare interview with the BBC on Sunday. He was asked about the death of Dawn Sturgis in 2018 in Salisbury, as a new inquiry into her death caused by the Novichok nerve agent opened last week. Russia continues to deny any involvement, but the ambassador was keen to criticise the UK's support for Kyiv, warning that Russia's victory will mean the end of Ukraine.
The UK government is waging aggressive war against Russia by the hands of Ukrainians. This is a proxy war by providing lethal weapons with which UK government is killing Russian soldiers and civilians.
Donald Trump had another weird weekend of campaigning as the clock ticks down to the US presidential election. He spent part of Saturday night's rally talking at length about former golfer Arnold Palmer's penis. No, really. And he spent Sunday at a McDonald's, serving fries at the drive-through window because of his obsession with Kamala Harris's CV. Meanwhile, the polls continue to tighten and Harris has been calling out the big guns, including Usher and Lizzo and former President Barack Obama, who has been really fired up about Donald Trump.
What I cannot understand is why anybody would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you. Because there's absolutely no evidence that this man thinks about anybody but himself.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Ferrari grab a 1-2 at the US Grand Prix and it's werewolf season at the multiplex. Right after this.
This message comes from BetterHelp. Can you think of a time when you didn't feel like you could be yourself? Like you were hiding behind a mask? BetterHelp Online Therapy is convenient, flexible, and can help you learn to be your authentic self so you can stop hiding. Because masks should be for Halloween fun, not for your emotions. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com.
Welcome back.
This weekend saw some surprises as the Premier League returned after its Nations League break. That included a 10-man Arsenal losing 2-0 at Bournemouth, while Newcastle lost 1-0 to Brighton. On Sunday, Man City managed a late winner at Wolves, while Liverpool were 2-1 winners against Chelsea. That leaves Liverpool top of the table, with Arsenal now 4 points off the pace. The weekend also saw Formula One in Austin, Texas, with a good old battle between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, but they only managed 4th and 3rd respectively. Ferrari sailed through the middle, picking up a 1-2 with Charles Leclerc winning the race.
It hasn't been an easy weekend until now. I've been struggling a little bit with the feeling with the car, but I had the confidence that in the race the feeling was better, and it was the case. Really happy with today. 1-2 for the team. We couldn't have dreamed for better.
The new animated movie from DreamWorks, Wild Robot, has been getting rave reviews, with critics calling it a modern classic. That's in part down to the voice of Robot Roz, played by Lupita Nyong'o, who brings her animated character to life with great effect. She's no stranger to critical acclaim. She won an Academy Award for her work in 12 Years a Slave, but she told Sky News that voicing an animated robot was a totally different type of challenge.
The only time I feel an ownership of my acting is on stage, because on film, the performances that I give are a collaboration with the whole assembly of the thing in a way that, I really have no control.
Hollywood has a fondness for making particular types of movies all at the same time. And if you've been waiting for canine transformation movies, this has certainly been your year. So far, we've had Kit Harington turning into a wolf in The Beast Within, then new mum Amy Adams turning into a dog in Night Bitch, and now we're back around to the world of werewolves with Wolfman. This one stars Golden Globe nominee Christopher Abbott as the unwilling transformer alongside Julie Garner, and it's directed by Saw and Insidious writer Lee Wannell. It looks pretty scary and it hits cinemas in January.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? We were in an accident.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No, it's my job to protect you.
And we were attacked. I think my husband was infected.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.